There's nothing else to say besides the fact that this really wasn't that good. Lilo and Stitch was the first movie. Um, for some reason, the sequel isn't called, you know, Lilo and Stitch 2 or something, even though Lilo is a big character in the movie. It's just called Stitch the movie. I don't know why. They just cut her out of the fucking name. Um, it's very bland and boring. It's not exactly bad, but there's just nothing really memorable about it. It just kind of sucks. She's mad that the bully girls from the first movie didn't invite her to a sleepover. They make a little cameo. They're in one scene and one scene only. The boyfriend in the first movie shows up for quite a bit, and then he just ends up kind of disappearing for most of the movie. There's, they show a bunch of the experiments near the end of the episode, but two are featured throughout the movie. And I just said episode, even though it's a movie. One eats sandwiches and one does electricity, and he's basically only there because of a throwaway line that they put in the movie. That, the lighthouse is too expensive to power now, so he needs to power it. So he's useful, I guess, so they can't just take him away or something. Do they not know what a lighthouse is? It's used to keep boats from fucking killing each other, or from just killing themselves, period. Boats kinda need a lighthouse when it's dark. Do they just restrict boats from being out at dark? Do they just not have any boats out there at all? The beach is just for decoration? Or do you use surfboards in the beginning of the day or something and surf? Is really fucking stupid. I think even a kid would have thought that was stupid. That a lighthouse that's used to help boats is not used because it's too expensive. That's not how it works. The animation, because I'm pretty sure it's a TV movie and the other one had a bigger budget, isn't as good. Didn't personally bother me that much. The one that definitely looks the worst, though, is the four-eyed guy who I'm blanking on his name right now. His animation was by far the worst. It did not look the greatest. It's not terrible. It's not hard to look at, but it's very noticeable. Everybody else, not exactly noticeable. At times you can notice that the animation isn't as good, but most of the time, nah. But with him, I think you'll notice. He just looks odd. I don't know what coloring they used or animation, because it does not look good. And yeah, that is really it, because there just isn't anything to talk about. It's a bland movie. The dude gets kidnapped because apparently he had a partner that was never mentioned named Hamster Veal, who is entirely there just to have jokes about how he's short and how his name sounds like hamster wheel. Because it's Hamster Veal with a V, in case you misheard me earlier. So yeah. He was boring. This movie just was not very good, especially compared to the first one. There are two more movies, one called Leroy and Stitch, and then one called Lilo and Stitch 2, even though this one should have been 2. And there is also a TV show, though the TV show becomes before the other two movies, and I'm currently watching Walk the Prank, so I will not be watching the Lilo and Stitch show until I'm done with that. And I won't watch it if it's not very good. Because, at least with other Lilo and Stitch movies, I can, just watch an hour and a half and be done, but I'm not going to watch like 2 or 3 seasons if it's really bad. So we'll find out if I don't like it or if I like it later.